Hi y'all, welcome to my channel. I just got back from a super fun cruise with my family and some friends and decided to make this little video to share some suggestions and tips and ideas that would hopefully help you if you are a first-time cruiser. So your budget is basically how you'll determine whether you want a room with a balcony, big window balcony, or one without. Now, obviously, the rooms with the balcony are going to be pricier than the ones without. Personally, I think I would feel claustrophobic with no windows, no balcony. So we are very happy we picked the room with the balcony and windows, and you can see the ocean and the sun. And the room was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. There was 3 of us in the room. They basically make a king bed by pushing 2 beds together. It was super comfortable. And then there is another, like a small sofa bed, but it was very comfortable. My son slept on that. He loved it. And there's plenty of closet space for 3 people. We had our clothes, our shoes, swimwear, all of that. It fit perfectly in the closet. And then your luggage, it just fits under the bed. So highly recommend a balcony room. So let's say you decided to go with a balcony room, a room with a view. There are a couple of options there. I had picked a room that it's called, I think, a cove room. So basically it was on the 2nd floor. It was low. You're literally right over the water, and you have a lot of privacy because when you go out on the balcony, right above you are the little boats, I guess the rescue boats that are attached to the big ship. I'm sure there's a formal term for them, but they're the little boats. So it's very private and you're literally over the water. If I were to do it again, I will not pick a cove room. It freaked me out a little bit being so close to the water. Some people love it. If that's your thing, go for it. If you don't want to be kind of, enclosed under the ships looking right over the water, get a room on a higher deck. So some things you might want to get before you get on the cruise is a luggage tag. I ordered these on Amazon. I'll put the link down below, and you put this thing here and then you attach it to your luggage. So these are great because when you get to the port, you will leave your luggage with a porter, and they will look at this and basically know where to take your luggage, so you don't have to schlep it around on the ship the whole time. Also, another thing I suggest is ordering lanyards. I got these and this on Amazon. It came in the same pack, and the lanyard is going to have your sign and sail card, I believe is what it's called. This will be your life on the ship because it's a cashless environment, so you will use that to pay for anything that you want on the ship. There's shopping, you can gamble. It can be dangerous but fun. So you want to order these. Also, sometimes it does get a little windy on the ship, so these are towel clips so your towels don't fly off. And if you want to make this fun, a lot of people decorate their doors. So the hallways are super long on the ship, and you can decorate your door. The doors are magnetic, but one thing I will let you know, I got these little magnets, and they are magnetic, like they stuck to the fridge and other things, but they were not sticking to the door. So I think the doors need a very strong magnet, so you can buy hooks, or you can stick these on the wall where your room number is. It's right next to the door. But those are super fun. Some people had decorations with like pictures and like fishnets and all kinds of stuff. So when you are walking down those long hallways after a long day, you can easily spot your room. Another thing that you'll want to do is download the Carnival Hub app before you get on the ship. If you go to your Play Store, just first search for Carnival Hub and you can download that. That is super useful because once you are on the ship, this will be your information. Basically, you can go onto the Hub app to see what events are happening. You can go on to book your dinner reservations, and use the chat. So there is a chat option. If you decide not to get internet service, there is something called a chat on Carnival, on the hub. You pay $5. This is per user, and then you can just communicate, with each other, no matter where you are on the ship. So one thing I will say, the hub app, it did get kind of glitchy at times, and then one night it didn't work, but they were super nice. We talked to customer service and they were able to refund us that. But it is very, very useful. I highly recommend it. And let's say you're laying at the pool, you're bored, you're like, I want to get out of the sun. What is there to do? You go on your app and it'll tell you things that are going on. So definitely recommend that. Now, as far as the internet packages, there are different levels. We purchased a premium package. It was okay, I feel, for like if you want to get on social media, like if you want to go on your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatnot on your phone, it's fine. I didn't have any issues with it. However, if you are a gamer, or you have a child who's a gamer, they have their laptop and they want to game, it does get a little glitchy on that. And one thing about the internet is you can use one service on multiple devices, but not at the same time. So let's say I'm using the internet, I'm done, someone else in the room wants to use it, they can log in. All they have to do is put in their folio number, which is the number you're going to get on this card, and they can use it. So you don't have to get internet service for every person in the room. And it was pretty easy switching, I feel, from one device to the other. Some things also that are available to you that you can order prior to boarding is you can have some things delivered to your room. So when you go to book your reservation for your room, there will be options to order some other things. You can have sodas delivered to your room. You can have waters. You can have all kinds of stuff. So we ordered, I believe it was the 8-pack of large water bottles. And it was great because at night, we can drink and then fill our water bottles for when we're walking on the ship in the daytime. Now, the room did have 2 water bottles included. Actually not included because they charge like $4.25 or $4.50 per bottle. So I'm glad we pre-ordered the 8-bottle pack because that was much cheaper than spending $9 on 2 water bottles that were in the room. Some other things you want to do ahead of time are to book your parking for where you're going to park your car, and book your hotel if you're going to come in the day before your cruise. Our cruise left on a Saturday. We did decide to go to Galveston, which is where our cruise left from. We went there Friday, stayed in a hotel, and that way Saturday we can board super early, or the earliest possible time. Sorry, I almost spilled my coffee. And and then book your parking. So I will link the parking that we used. I loved it because it was super close to the port. If you have a lot of luggage, person driving can drop you off at the port with your luggage. The porters will take your luggage if you have your tags to the room. The person can park, come back, and y'all can all board the ship together. Or you can just park and walk. It's a pretty short walk, to the port from that particular parking that I use. Now, if you are flying into Galveston, I recommend not flying the day of your cruise, just with a lot of airline issues and delays. You don't want to risk missing your cruise. I live in Texas, so we just drove to Galveston the night before, checked in the morning of the cruise at 10 o'clock, and we were on the ship by 10:30, I believe. So I would recommend booking a hotel as early as possible because they do get sold out pretty quick the closer you get to your cruise time. I believe we stayed at the Galveston Inn. It was less than 2 weeks ago, but anyway, I'll link it below. But there's tons of hotels if you are going to come in the night before. One other thing you can do is join the Facebook group. So I don't know who creates these groups, but there's a group always out there for any cruise apparently. So for example, let's say you're going on Carnival Breeze August 31st to Cozumel. Go into Facebook, search Carnival Breeze, Cozumel, August 31st, and more than likely you're going to see a group there. It's usually a private group. You can ask to join, and you just kind of stay up to date on what's going on the ship, maybe meet people that way. I saw a bunch of posts on the group that I was in. Some people were doing like gift exchanges. Someone was doing a like a casino slot pull where everyone chips in. People were selling, you know, t-shirts for the cruise. So all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want to stay kind of in the loop on what's going on before you board, definitely check out your Facebook group for your cruise. Something else that you might want to bring on board is a water bottle. Like you can get this was actually a gift for my brother, and I used it like the whole time. I think he bought it on the ship, the last cruise he was on. But anyway, you can get a cup like this or insulated, because it does get hot out on the deck, just so you're not running and the whole time, you know, to the cafeteria to get water or waiting for a server to order a water bottle. You know, get a big water bottle, plastic or insulated. On the ship there is water stations in the food area. There is ice, so you can just get it filled, stay hydrated. Also, one thing I didn't think of, so when you go to get your coffee, they do have complimentary coffee in the food area. The cups don't have, you know, they don't have cups with lids or anything. So let's say you want to walk around or take your coffee out on the deck, you probably want something with a lid. So I bought this. I got this at the specialty coffee place. They have a specialty coffee place. I think it was on the 5th floor. That one you do pay extra, but they have some really good coffees. So you get a insulated cup with a lid. You know, you can buy it there or get one before. So I know they tell you to bring either your passport or your birth certificate in addition to your ID. Now, one thing I did notice once we came back to Galveston at the end of the cruise, there was 2 lines, one for passport holders, one for birth certificate holders, and the passport line was significantly smaller than the birth certificate line. So don't know if it was, you know, if it's always like that, but I did notice passport line much shorter. Oh, and when you do get off the ship, like when you go to Mexico, you know, Cozumel or Costa Maya or wherever, they tell you that if you are under 16 to board the ship, all you need is your sail and sign card if you're under 16 to get back on board, FYI. So look out for the check-in email reminder from Carnival. You'll be able to check in online 2 weeks before your departure. And for us, it was starting at 11 p.m. Central Time 2 weeks before. So just look out for that email, because you do have to check in online so that you can select a time slot for you to board the ship, because there's, you know, thousands of people getting on the ship. They don't want it to be chaotic at the port, so you pick a designated time. It works out really well. I heard that the sooner you do it, the better chances of getting the time slot that you want are. So we did it right at 11. We were able to get the, you know, early check-in, which is between 10 and 10:30. Now your room and luggage will not be available to you until usually around 1:30 p.m., 1:30 to 2 p.m. And so you can still get on board, take a backpack, pack like, you know, swimwear, extra clothes, and that way when you board, you can hang out on the deck or anywhere on the ship until your room is ready, if you don't want to wait until the last minute to get on board. What to pack? I'd say, you know, the must-haves are sunscreen, pair of sunglasses, swimwear. You know, they do sell that at the gift shop, but it's probably cheaper to bring your own. And cover up for when you go into the restaurant to eat during breakfast and lunch. For the evenings, what I did, I just counted how many nights we're going to be on the ship, brought a dress for each night, and alternated either between my wedges or my tennies. If you plan on working out, bring some workout clothes. The workout room does tend to be a little warm because it's surrounded by windows, FYI. And for the day, if you're going on any excursions, you can bring, some extra clothes for that, because again, we just came back from the cruise. It was August. It was hot everywhere, so you will be sweating. The inside of the ship is really comfortable. It's not too cold, not too hot. I think it felt just right. Our room had temperature control. We kept it nice and cool, so we slept like babies that night. There was one night I did feel a little chilly on the ship, like in the casino. So I brought a light hoodie, a light sweater if you want. And I think those are the main things. And of course, your passport, ID, and or birth certificate, your cash. Also, maybe a reading material if you're going to lounge by the pool and you want to read. So you really don't need to pack, too much stuff. It's pretty chill, laid back cruise. And then if your cruise does have formal night, you can bring something nice. Again, it doesn't have to be over the top, but you can dress over the top if you want to, or you can bring something a little more, casual, but not too casual for formal night. Now, when you board, if you have any kiddos with you, I think it's for under age 12, they're going to get a little wristband, and basically it'll have their muster station. So let's say your kids are in the play area or somewhere not with you, and there is some sort of emergency, then someone will know where to direct them. So make sure they don't lose this. There is a safe in each room, very easy to set up. And I recommend putting your valuables in there once you board the ship and you go to your room, like your passport, your ID, birth certificate, money, anything like that, because technically you do not need cash on the ship since you're going to be using your sign and sail card for everything. Now, if you do want to carry some small bills, great, because when you do go to the destinations like Cosamaya, Cozumel, or wherever your destination is, let's say you want to buy some souvenirs or some, or tip, cash is good, but also most places I found did take credit cards, so totally up to you. One other thing the room has is a cooler. Now, it looks like a little fridge, and I thought it's like a fridge, but apparently they call it a cooler because it doesn't refrigerate as much as a fridge, but I think it did the job. So it's not huge, but you can definitely, put some sodas if you pre-ordered sodas, or put a few snacks in there. Worked out well for us. So alcohol, there are drink packages that you can select when you book your cruise, and as far as should we get them, should we not, it really depends on you and how much you like to drink. I'm not a big drinker, and so we did not get the alcohol package, because if you do decide to purchase the alcohol package in the room, you have to pay for each person that is an adult. So let's say there's 2 adults in the room and only one of you wants the alcohol package, you have to pay still for 2 people. So if you're both going to drink, great. If not, probably not worth it. Now, the alcohol with that package, you get up to 15 drinks per day per person, alcoholic beverages. And if you choose not to do that and you want to pay as you go, the drinks were roughly $8 to $10. So you can kind of, budget for that. And the alcohol package, I want to say, was $65 a person, somewhere in the $60 range. As far as the other non-alcoholic drink package, I know it includes sodas and specialty coffees and whatnot. Now, I did get specialty coffee like 2 or 3 times, some lattes during the whole cruise, so would not have been worth it to get it. Didn't really have any soda, maybe a couple of sodas. So if you are going to really drink a lot of soda and specialty coffees, do the drink package. If not, probably not worth it. You can just pay as you go, and by pay I mean just give them your card when you do that. Now, you do get for free your iced tea, your regular coffee, your water, juices, and milk. So gonna weigh out how much you want to drink. The boarding process I thought was so smooth, and honestly I wish airports were that smooth and that clear with instructions. I didn't know what to expect, but from the moment we got to where the ship is, the dock I guess, they had, you know, the porters were there. You'll see them because they all wear like kind of matching shirts, and they'll ask if you want them to take your luggage, give them, you know, give them some cash as a tip, and then they will take care of everything. Then once you enter the port, there's people there telling you exactly where to go, what line to stand in. It was a very smooth process. You wait in the waiting line. I'm sorry, it's a waiting area. You get to sit there and then you board. So that was really cool. Once you board the ship, the first thing you're going to do is go to your muster station. And the muster station is an area that is assigned to every passenger in case there is an emergency. So not everyone is all piled up in one area. So there will be, again, very clear instructions. Someone will be there telling you, go here, go to this floor, etc. All you do is once you board, you go to your muster station and you sit through maybe a 5-minute demonstration of how to put on your life jacket. That's it. Then you're free to go. So you're going to see a lot of photographers, Carnival photographers, from the moment you're in the waiting area at the port and throughout the ship. They will ask to take your picture. Taking the picture is free. However, you do have to pay if you want to buy one of those pictures. So I say take as many pictures as you want, and in the end you can decide if you want to purchase the pictures or not. What they do when they come up to you, they'll ask for your room number and your name, and once they take the picture, they upload it fairly quickly online, and you can view all your pictures on your Carnival Hub app. And you know, if you want to purchase it, they range anywhere, I believe, from like $15 to $22. They do have digital images if you don't want to buy a hard copy, and it's a lot of fun. So take tons of pictures. You never know, you might want to buy some. Let's talk food. There is lots of food and lots of options, and you'll never get hungry on the ship. The main dining area, I guess, the buffet area, is on the 10th floor on the Lido deck where the pools are. There's some outside food options and indoor. Outside, you're going to have your guys' burgers. There's a taco area, and there is the pizza. Now the pizza is open, I believe, till 4 a.m. depending on, you know, your cruise ship. You might want to check that out because it's a great late night option, or afternoon, you know, when the main lunch buffet has closed, you can always get a snack there. Also, there is a Mongolian wok. There's like dessert buffets. There is breakfast buffets. There's just tons of food. There's also a Guy's barbecue. I'm not sure what it's called. Oh yeah, Guy's Pig and Anchor. That is on the 5th floor, and they have like brisket and potato salad. So the breakfast and lunch buffet usually have set hours, but the deli buffet is open super late. I want to say till 11 p.m. and they have really good sandwiches. You can do cold sandwiches, hot sandwiches, fries. You can also order room service. One thing about room service is breakfast for room service is free, and they have options like let's see, what did we get? We got cereal, milk, bagels. Now if you do want to get room service for lunch or dinner, there is a charge for that, but it is very reasonable. It's like $5 to $8 an item. So for dinners, we ate in the Sapphire restaurants. There was, I believe, 2 like main dining areas for dinner, not including the buffet, and you get assigned to one. And the dinner is a sit-down dinner unless you want to go to the buffet, and they do have menu, you know, preset menu. You get to pick up to 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts. Appetizers, there was a good selection, anywhere from like shrimp cocktail to salads and other things. Dinner, you can do, there was chicken, there was ribs, there was vegetarian options. Desserts, they are very known for their lava cake, chocolate lava cake. They also have fruit with pineapple. Fruit plates were delicious. If you are someone who would like to eat healthy on the ship, there are definitely choices. There are options to do that. As an example, breakfast, they had a great selection of fruit in the buffet. There's yogurts, flavored and plain. There's whole wheat bread. I saw they had sugar-free jam. They had boiled eggs. There's an omelet station, you know, made to order. For lunches, salad bar every day, and there's always some kind of a carving station for your protein, for your meats. Dinner on the menu, there were some healthy options as well. There was a dish with just a chicken breast and potatoes and grilled vegetables. They also had one night a fish. I forgot what kind of fish. It was a white fish grilled, really good, with also vegetables and a potato. So those are options. Now, all of this is included in the price you paid, you know, when you booked your reservation. However, there are restaurants that are not included that do cost additional, and those are the sushi restaurant and the Cucina del Capitano. I did not eat in any of them, but someone in our party did eat at the Cucina del Capitano, and they said it was really, really good. And the sushi place was always happening. I always saw people there, so I'm guessing the food was really good there too. But those are again at an additional cost. So for dinner on one of the nights, they did have a formal night, and it's just a fun night to kind of dress up. You don't have to get super dressed up, but if you want to, you can. I mean, I saw people in long gowns, and then I saw people a little more on the casual side. But if you do go to the restaurant on formal night, you cannot go in, like, you know, basketball shorts and flip-flops. They will turn you away, FYI. There are elevators on the cruise ship, and you will also do probably a lot of walking, so wear comfortable shoes. If you are staying on one of the lower floors, like on the second floor, keep in mind that the pool and the Lido deck are on the 10th floor, 10, 11, 12. And even though you can take the elevator, there's usually a long wait for the elevators. But one little trick I found helps. In the beginning, we were just going up the stairs, but then let's say you're waiting to go up, get on the elevator that is going down, just stay in it till it goes down, and then ride it back up. I started doing that at the end, and it worked out great. The pools on the Carnival Breeze were on level 10. There was 2 of them, one on each opposite side of the ship. And there was one that I felt more adults were hanging out at, and the other one more kids and families, because that's the side that had all the slides. The slides are super fun and kind of a whole water splash area that tons of kids were hanging out at. And I found most kids were in that area because the pools are actually quite small. I was surprised at how small the pools are. And apparently pools on ships cannot be large because of the weight and the balance and some other scientific thing. And then in that whole outside area where the slides are, where they have the huge TV, they do show movies there by the pool, and the lounge chairs. There's also level 11, and that is also outdoor, but it's very shaded. So if you want to be in the shade, I recommend getting there early to, you know, grab a seat, because that area does get full. And then there is the 12th level, which is also lounge chairs and whatnot, and that is full open in the sun. There is like showers throughout, so you can kind of cool off if you don't want to get in the pool. If you are in the pool area and you wanted to go to an adults only section, there is on level 12 the Serenity deck, and that is by the slides. You go up and it's adults only. They have those cool, they're not lounge chairs, but they kind of look like a clam or a seashell. I don't know, there's a name for it, but they're pretty nice. The only thing is there isn't much of a breeze up there, but it is super quiet and relaxing, and, you know, just kind of a chill space. Serenity Lounge. There is a gym on level 10, and I was actually very impressed with the gym. There is lots of cardio equipment on there. There was some treadmills, some ellipticals, some bikes. There's also a weight area with dumbbells, pretty good selection of dumbbells, a couple of benches, cable machine. There is an area also where you can do stretching, foam rolling, and there is machines for upper body and lower body throughout. So gym was pretty good. If you are someone who does not care to be out in the sun the whole day, there are plenty of indoor activities to do on the cruise ship. Just make sure you download your Carnival Hub app before you board, and you'll see a list of events going on all day. Anything from trivia to games to comedy shows. Just lots and lots going on, and shopping, of course. So there are two casinos. One is a smoking, one is a non-smoking, and I went to both, and honestly the one on the smoking floor was way more fun. I liked the vibe there. It was more energetic, more stuff to do, and I don't think it smelled like smoke, but you can check out both and hope you win. So if you have kids, there is lots to do for the kids. First off, they want to be outside. I'm sure they will love the whole slide water splash area that seemed to be very popular during the day. There is also an arcade with lots of games and VR and all kinds of games. But for the arcade, in order to play, you do have to pay using your card. You just swipe it through, whatever game you want, and it'll tell you how much it is, and then you can play there. There is also something called Camp Ocean, and Camp Ocean is basically divided into different age groups. I believe it starts from age 2 all the way up to 17. We did not go into the area deep in, just like kind of at the entrance, because I know they have gaming for the kids, and I thought they can go and get unlimited, gaming, Xbox and whatnot, but they only have certain times, designated times, and the times that do not say kids choice, then there are pre-planned activities that the kids would have to participate in. So we did not do Camp Ocean, but that is there for you for free, kind of like free babysitting if you want time for yourself and you need someone to watch the kids. There is a spa on the Carnival Breeze, the Cloud 9 Spa. I went by it, but I didn't get any services done there. But I know they do have massages, they do manicures, pedicures, facials, and a series of other services. Some other fun areas that were on the ship are the mini golf. There's a mini golf area on the 12th deck, I believe. There is also a basketball court that was pretty popular, lots of people there. There was also a ropes course. You get harnessed in, but you can do the ropes course, adults and kids. The only rule is you have to have closed-toe shoes to get to do that. Excursions. I know that Carnival offers a long list of excursions that you can pick from for when you get to your destinations. And what we did, basically, when we got to Costa Maya, we just walked off the ship onto the area that had the pool. There was like a close by place, walking distance from the ship, where it was a like a day club. There was a huge pool and a bar and lounge chairs and trees and music. It was super fun. I recommend bringing a towel, because we didn't bring towels. They did not have towels, so bring towels if you are going to go to Costa Maya, to that area. And you do have to buy alcoholic beverages in order to be able to sit on the lounge chairs. But they had good drinks, so that was fun. It was a little crowded, but still fun. And the beverages, they bring them in the fancy, like, pineapple cup or other cups, and those were around $18. Now, as far as Cozumel, We went to a place called Nachikokum, which I will link below. That was not on the list of excursions, but if you are looking for a more chill, quiet vibe, I highly recommend it. It's basically, you book it online through the link. It's $60 a person. It includes your food, your appetizer, your lunch, your main entree, your dessert, and all the alcohol you want. So we booked that. We took a taxi from the port once we got off the ship in Cozumel. Got a taxi to Nachikokum. It ended up being, I believe, around $30 or $35 total. There was 7 of us, so we took the little minivan thing. And once you get there, you get a bracelet, and our seating area was literally right there on the beach. The beach was beautiful. We got shade. We got to sit under an umbrella. Service was excellent. Drinks were excellent. Highly recommended if you want a quiet vibe. Now, if you want something more party atmosphere, I know there's tons of other options. So definitely kind of do a little research on that. A lot of these ideas I found through ATW Travels YouTube. I will link them below. They have some super helpful suggestions and videos, and actually a tour of the ship. I do not have a tour of the ship because a little mishap on my phone and I lost like 90% of the pictures. Boo! Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions, please ask below. I will do my best to try and answer them. And maybe I'll see y'all on the next cruise. Bye. I forgot. Okay, here we go. And I almost forgot to mention that when you're in Galveston, if you're leaving out of Galveston, or hopefully anywhere you're leaving from, if you go out on the balcony, you will see dolphins real close to the ship. That was kind of cool to see. I never saw any out in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, but when we were at the port, I saw them. They're so cute.